Strollers Theater is ready with their next production, The Lion in Winter. And here to tell us a little bit more about it, we have Greg Hudson and also Kathy Lynn Slider. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Now let's start with a little synopsis of the story. This has a little historical bent, but also more of a story to it. Tell us about that, Kathy.
Well, Lion in Winter is a story that takes place around a Christmas court, as they would have called it at the time, with Henry II and Eleanor of Aquitaine, who are actual figures in history, including, and their sons are as well, that show up in the play, Geoffrey, Richard, the Lionheart, and John. But basically, it's not, if you're looking for accurate history, that's not it. It's sort of a, they're looking at the power play that happens between Eleanor and Henry, because they both were very powerful people. Eleanor had a lot of property, and also what their relationship might have been, despite the fact that he locked her up in a tower for 10, 12, 15 years, something like that. He never annulled or divorced her. And it's very funny in places. It's very philosophical in places. But it kind of just goes over this one night of Christmas Eve and then into Christmas of their little struggle with each other as to who's going to be the next king, which son will be the next king. Because Henry wants it to be John, his youngest, and of course Eleanor wants it to be Richard, who is their next son in line. Their oldest son has died. So anyway, and
that's it in a nutshell.
That's it in a nutshell. So go ahead.
So tell us a little bit about the part that you play, Greg.
Sure. So I play King Philip. So I play the one person who's really not part of this English court. I'm the French king, and so there's a lot of dynamic tension between me and the English king. There's some history with how the English king treated my father, so there's also a lot of personal conflict as well.
Well, your father was after all Eleanor's ex-husband.
Yes.
So it's all intermined.
It's all interconnected. But there's really what you see is a lot of really tense moments between these different characters, and they're all trying to manipulate each other. It's just a joy to watch. You know, you'll see so many alliances shift that you can't help but be entertained.
And this, of course, all happens with only 7 characters in the show. Fabulous costumes because of the time period, too.
Very fabulous, beautiful costumes at this point. I don't always do shows where costumes are one of the focal points, but boy,
this is a good one.
When you get to wear a crown, you know, this is awesome.
Well, all of this taking place at the Bartell Theater, and so it's an intimate stage too, where people really get to know the characters too.
It is. It's in the downstairs space, which is the Black Box Theater. So you're right there, and you get to see us up close and personal, essentially. So yeah.
Well, all of this is occurring through December 22nd.
December 20th.
Through December 20th, and it's Strollers Theater, The Lion in Winter. Thanks so much.
Thank you.